Welcome back to another edition of Rudy's Rant, powered by Coming on the podcast, where we talk facts over feelings. Gino, are you crying in the locker room right now? I mean, it's only been about an hour and a half since the game ended. You might still be there. You might still be in that locker room, boo-hooing some tears as Notre Dame knocks off UConn, hands it its first loss, 79-68. That is the third, not once, not twice, but three times Notre Dame has beaten a top 5 team this season. They've beaten USC when they were ranked in the top 5. They've beaten UConn, ranked in the top 5. They've beaten Texas, ranked in the top 5. Before we jump in, thank you so much for your continued support of this channel. Greatly appreciate you. Please be sure to like, subscribe, follow, hit that bell, become a member. Membership live, 9 p.m. Tuesday nights. If you didn't know by now, though, you should know. Let me repeat that. If you didn't know by now, though, you should know. Someone just isn't her. She's really good, but she's not her. You know how the kids say today, I'm him, he's him, I guess they say she's her. One of them might be her. The other one, she ain't her. She is not her. Notre Dame wins 79-68 over UConn, dominates the fourth quarter, and now UConn has a loss. Ariema has to go back to the drawing board, wondering what he's doing wrong, despite the fact that he has 10 McDonald's All-Americans, multiple former National High School Players of the Year, an international Olympian or national team player, a transfer who's a grad student who was an all-conference level player. I mean, his worst players ranked 40th or so in their respective class. Like, that's his worst player. But yet this man played 9. In fact, let's be real. He played 7. He goes 7 deep on a team that has 10 McDonald's All-American or All-American McDonald's All-American women. Think about that for a second. You have talent upon talent upon talent upon talent. You got last year's National Player of the Year, Sarah Strong, who might arguably be the better player or the best player at UConn right now. Of course, you have Paige Bueckers. You have Caitlin Chen, who transferred over and is their starting point guard. But you have to be real. You have to be honest. Paige Bueckers isn't her. She's really good. But her game, when you watch it closely, it's missing. There's something missing. Tonight, she finishes with 25 points, 11 of 20 shooting, 0 for 4 from 3, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 3 turnovers. Sarah Strong goes 6 for 12, 14 points, 7 boards, took 7 threes. A little bit odd to me that your 6'2" post-level player is shooting 7 threes on 12 shots, but in the fourth quarter when it mattered, and late in the third quarter, in fact, UConn got the game down to 1 point. UConn had cut a 11-point halftime deficit, got it down to 1 point at 53-52 with 25 seconds left before Hannah Hidalgo hits a dagger 3 to make it a 4-point game 56-52 going into the fourth. Changed the game, changed the moment, just changed it. UConn comes out. Sarah Strong misses a jumper. Paige Bueckers turns the ball over. Hannah Hidalgo hits 2 free throws. Caitlin Chen turns the ball over. Kate Colval makes a jumper. Paige Bueckers misses a jump shot. Hannah Hidalgo misses a 3. Jana Alfie turns it over for UConn. And Hannah Hidalgo sets up a layup for Liatu King to give Notre Dame a 10-point lead. Ball game over. 7:39 left. Ball game is over. You may ask, why was it over? Why do I say the ball game was over? Well, because in large part, UConn's not a very good shooting team. They don't shoot the ball very good from the perimeter, from 3 particularly. And defensively, there are so many holes. All you had to do was watch the fourth quarter and look at the holes on that defense. It's 62-52 with 7:39 left. And Paige Bueckers hasn't made a shot. She did hit her first bucket with 7:13, but there's a thing about Paige Bueckers that you see that it just stands out. She's not a creator, man. She just doesn't create. She needs all kinds of picks and screens to get her open for a 10 to 15-foot jump shot. Most of her offense comes inside the 3-point line. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but it's not self-created offense. It's a lot of it's coming off of screens and screening action. And on top of that, defensively, UConn's just not very good. Or at least they weren't very good tonight. Because as soon as Paige Bueckers hits the jumper to make it an 8-point game, Notre Dame comes right back down the court and leaves Olivia Miles just wide open in the corner. You could see that the ball defense was awful, just horrible. It was too easy. You could see it happening on the screen. Now, obviously, you're on the court a little different, but on the screen, you could see it happening. You could see where they were going and what Notre Dame was setting up. And it was just so simple because UConn's on-ball defense was just bad. So Miles hits the 3. It's back to 11. UConn comes back, hits a bucket, but then gives up an easy bucket to Sonia Citron. Sarah Strong hits 3, cuts it back down to 8. But then Olivia Miles gets to the lane just so easily. Olivia Miles, in the final 7.5 minutes, took the game over. She took it over. Like she's smooth. Okay. Olivia Miles is smooth. You know, I'm just keeping it a buck. She is I'm watching her. Those 2 guards, they're special players. They are special players. I mean, Hidalgo's averaging almost 25 a game. Miles is averaging 17, almost 7 assists, 7 rebounds. Just balling 55% from the field, 46% from 3. She took that game over. I mean, she took it over. And I thought that UConn's defense stunk. I thought their defense stunk. And Olivia Miles had the same drive to the rim for a layup twice in 2 minutes. And they could do nothing about it. They could do nothing about it. And the final score, it could have been worse. Notre Dame turned it over under the rim once with a wide open layup. I mean, it got at one point to 12 in the fourth. But you never saw UConn didn't get it within 8. You know, once Hidalgo hit that little streak there in over 3 minutes, it never got within 8 again. They were never a threat. And the biggest thing you see is that Paige Bueckers realistically doesn't have that level. She's a really good player. But Hannah Hidalgo, Hannah Hidalgo finished with 29 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists, 3 steals. I mean, you got nearly a triple double, 8 of 17 from the field, 6 of 11 from three, and then you get 16 out of Liatu King, who was 8 of 14 and 12 boards. You get 14 out of Miles, 6 of 9 from the field, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. But that final 7 minutes, Miles controlled the game. And this was with Sonia Citron only having 5, not taking very many shots because she's guarding Paige. But I just don't see that. I don't see the it factor in Paige Bueckers. And this is the type of game where you need to see the it factor. It's just not there. And I'm not trying to be mean or cruel, but I see it factor in Olivia Miles. I obviously see it factor in Hannah Hidalgo because there was a stretch in the fourth where Hannah Hidalgo did nothing. After they got up by 10, it was Olivia Miles took the ball. She took the ball with 7:39 in. She took the ball. I don't remember Hannah Hidalgo taking a shot for a good 3 minutes. From that point, from 7:39, and I saw the game, Hannah Hidalgo does not take a shot until the 158 mark of the fourth quarter, which gave them a 10-point lead again. Didn't take a shot. They did this without their best player taking one single shot. Think about that for a second. How many teams can afford to have their best player not take one shot over a 5-minute stretch, over more than 5.5-minute stretch, and not see that lead disintegrate? You think USC can afford to have Juju Watkins not take a shot for 5.5 minutes in a close game? This was a 1-point game with 25 seconds to go in the third. She blew it up to 10 at 7:39. But from that 7:39 mark, she didn't take a singular shot until it was 1:58 to go in the game. Hits a jumper, makes it 75-65. That's it. Olivia Miles in the fourth quarter, I mean, and then Hidalgo had 2 free throws with a minute to go. But Olivia Miles here had 2. She had 2, 4, 6, 9. She had 9 of her 14 in the fourth quarter. And did that over a 6-minute stretch. She took the game over. Like I said, she took it over. At a time where Paige Bueckers needs to be taking a game over, UConn, yeah, she's hitting some shots. And but they're not like, she hit a couple free throws, had a layup, hit a couple. But realistically, none of this stuff did anything. By the time she did anything, she's down 10. She's down 10, hits a jumper, no defense. They hit a jumper, no defense. Hit a jumper, no defense. So it's like it was just back and forth, bucket for bucket. And then Paige hits a jumper. They're still down 8, back to 10. Paige hits 2 free throws when they went into the bonus, back to 8. It got down to 6. It got down to 6 with 3:16. But then Notre Dame hits a layup. It's back to 8. Hidalgo hits a jumper. It's back to 10. Like, game was never in question in the fourth quarter. It really wasn't. Once they got up 10, it was a wrap. I don't see it. I don't see the special of Paige Bueckers. I know she's good. I think she's good. But her game isn't special. It doesn't wow you. Most of her game is inside 15 feet, which is why she shoots really well from the field. And that's great. She's efficient. And I said at the beginning of the year, if UConn doesn't win the championship, Gino Auriemma should retire because it's an embarrassment that you don't win a championship with this roster that features so many high school McDonald's All-Americans and multiple national players of the year. But they're not. They're not. And I don't know that Notre Dame will. I mean, I've been given my pick. It's UCLA. UCLA is going to win the national championship, in my opinion. They're going to win the national championship. They're freaking amazing. All that said, Hannah Hidalgo was dominant tonight. Olivia Miles, fourth quarter, dominant. And Paige Bueckers, when it mattered, the game got stretched on her. They're down 11 at the half. They make a comeback in the third, and then it gets stretched out again over a 3-minute period. Fact of the matter is, UConn, this ain't the UConn that we knew in the past, and I mean they're going to make excuses and they're going to say that they were missing a player, which is what they always do. They're always having excuses. They're always missing a player. There's always something when it comes down to UConn. They're going to blame injuries. Fact of the matter is, UConn, you got 10 McDonald's All-Americans. Missing one player should not make your team fall apart. That's just being real. It's just being real. It shouldn't make a team fall apart. You know, and the player that was missing was AZ Fudd. You know, but again, she misses games. She's missed 5. Yeah, she's missed. That's her 4th game that she's missed. She's averaging 10 points a game. So not enough, in my opinion, to make anyone say, "Oh my God, she missed the game." But nonetheless, an L, an L. This is the first L of the year for the UConn Huskies. But end of the day, Gino, man, you must be crying. Because you know what? If you had a Caitlin Clark on your team right now, you wouldn't have lost this game. You would not have lost this game. That's just my opinion, but I'm pretty sure that's what would have been. All that said, Hannah Hidalgo again, dominant. Olivia Miles, dominant. Notre Dame, 3 wins over top 5 teams. Watch out for Notre Dame. They're serious. I know they have a couple of losses, but they step up in big-time games, and that's clear as day. What do y'all think? Did y'all see the game? What did you think of Paige Bueckers' performance? It's good, but it doesn't blow you away. Nothing about her game goes, "Oh my God." Nothing. But that's what we've been saying for quite some time. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Appreciate y'all. This is Rudy's Rant, where we talk facts over feelings. Come on now.